Welcome to the 2023 Beach Pro Tour Player Awards. It has been a couple years since we've done these awards, but given how epic the season was in 2023, we wanted to bring them back. So 2019 was the last year that there were player awards. When I texted the players and said, hey, what do you think about bringing it back? The response was overwhelmingly positive. And what a year to bring them back. It was epic. So on the women's side, we saw the establishment of a new power hierarchy. In the wake of the Tokyo Olympic Games, we saw April and Alex, the gold medalists. They retired briefly to go have babies. A huge congratulations to them. Agatha, as well, went to have a kid, took a year off. And so Duda was in need of a new partner. Melissa Humana Paredes and Sarah Pavin, the third most decorated team in the Tokyo Quad, they split up, leaving room for a new power duo in Canada. And what we saw in 2023 was a reordering of the hierarchy. Anna Patricia and Duda played 11 events this season, won 9 medals. An unbelievable tally for the Brazilians. However, they didn't win the biggies. The first biggie of the year, the World Championships in Tlaxcala, Mexico, a spectacular event, went the way of Kelly Chang and Sarah Hughes, the first American gold medalists since 2009. When Jen Kessie and April Ross took home the Stavanger sword, and that was the last time we'd won a world championship. The next biggie, the Beach Pro Tour Finals just a couple weeks ago, that went the way of the young Cajuns, Louisianans Kristen Nuss and Taryn Cloth. Their 7th medal of the year made them the most decorated American women's team since Carrie Walsh Jennings and April Ross in 2016. Decent company to be in. So while the women's had quite the hierarchy change, the men's saw quite the opposite. Since 2018, there was no question, absolutely no question, who the best team in the world was. That was Anders Mol and Christian Sorm. When they won back-to-back-to-back events in 2018, it was the most prize money won in a 3-tournament stretch in the history of beach volleyball. However, this season, the Norwegians won 8 medals, and just like Anna Patricia and Duda, they didn't win the biggies. The World Championships went the way of the Czech Republic's Andrej Perisic and David Schweiner. Not only was it the first gold medal at a World Championship in Czech history, it was the first medal at all at a World Championship in Czech history. The next big tournament, Beach Pro Tour Finals, won by the young Swedes, David Amann and Jonathan Helvig, who beat Anders and Christian in the finals for the second straight time they played. 3 finals this season were between Sweden and Norway. One of the best finals you could ever ask for if you're a beach volleyball fan. 2 of those went to Sweden. So 8 medals this year, won by Norway. 4 gold medals, the most of any team on the tour, went to Sweden, but the World Championships went to the Czech Republic. Who's the best team? We don't know. The peers have voted, and the answer may surprise you. So there were medals won by young teams. There were also medals won by the old. Pablo Herrera, the first event of the season, was won by the 41-year-old Pablo Herrera. The first time he won a gold medal was in 2004, when David Amann was 3. Who's also 3? Miles Partain, the young Jedi of the United States of America, returning the force to USA Volleyball. 3 medals he and Andy Benish won, all at Elite 16s. Their gold medal in Gstaad, the cowbell, they beat Anders and Christian twice in the same tournament. The only American team to beat Norway twice, now Miles and Andy. Now they are essentially assured a spot in the Paris Olympics. Ended up qualifying for the Beach Pro Tour Finals, one of the best teams in the world. Now between Miles, David Amann, and Italian sensation Valentina Gottardi, 11 medals were won by 21-year-olds. So I'd say the kids are going to be just all right. Now while there was an establishment of new talent, there were also comebacks of the former. Chen Xiu, after playing in the Tokyo Olympics, took a full year off, thought she might have to retire. Then she was brought back out of that pseudo-retirement from her old partner Xin Yishao. What'd she do in her first event back? Won a gold medal in Itapema, of course. The first of 3 medals they'd win over the course of a season. The second 2 coming in the Montreal Elite 16, where they won bronze, and the Joao Pessoa Elite 16, where they also won bronze. Now they are a top 10 team in the world. A welcome back to Chen Xiu. Now York de Groot never pondered retirement, but the sensational defender for the Netherlands had to miss much of the 2022 season with a hernia. Comes back, his first event, what's he do? Wins a medal with his boy Stefan Bormans. It was a tremendous comeback for York de Groot. Now, there are also comebacks on the court. Maritz Pristals and Robin Seidel once found themselves down 8-14 in the third set to Pablo Herrera and Adrian Gavir. What'd they do? Well, they threw Maritz Pristals at the net, every defender's dream. What's he do? He blocks them all the way back to a 17-15 win and their first gold medal of the season. Unbelievably, wasn't the first match won with an 8-14 comeback. That went to Betsy Flint and Julia Scholes in Montreal against, of all teams, Anna Patricia and Duda. They came back to win that quarterfinal, ended up winning a silver medal, despite Julia playing on what was about a quarter of one knee. Now, while we're on the topic of Betsy Flint, a huge shout out must be given to all the moms on the Beach Pro Tour. The World Championships were packed to the gills with super moms. Betsy Flint, Laura Ludwig, Agatha, Rebecca, Teru Lati, Lily Fernandez, Monica Polakine, Alex Kleinman, who had a kid in June and came back and played in the World Championships in October. Any of the other moms I must have forgotten, you are appreciated and respected beyond all belief. It's unbelievable what you can do. After having my own son this past April behind the camera, producer Thredo, aka La Maquina, he has a kid. We see the difficult nature of being a parent and the unbelievable world-class work ethic that must go into being a mom and a world-class athlete. Huge shout out to all the moms. So it's been an epic season on the Beach Pro Tour, and it is a season in which we are stoked to bring back the awards. Now, the nominees for our first award: the Women's Best Defensive Player, Judah Lisboa, Kristen Nuss, Sinya Tillman, and Sarah Hughes. And the winner is Kristen Nuss. One of my favorite memories of the season this whole year is in Mexico for World Championships. And I'm sitting there commentating, and I just hear this chant over and over and over. It's Chaparrita, Chaparrita. And my producer, who speaks Spanish, he says that is the endearing term for shorty. Nuss wins the crowd everywhere she goes, a 5'6" killer. She is the Defensive Player of the Year. Led every tournament, once they started adding digs as a stat, led every tournament in digs and digs per match. Led the World Championships, led the Beach Pro Tour Finals. She is your Defensive Player of the Year. Your nominees for the Men's Defensive Player of the Year: Ahmed Tijan of Qatar, Jörg de Groot of the Netherlands, Andre Perisic of the Czech Republic, David Oman, or is it Oman, of Sweden. This was a very, very competitive award won by the Czech Republic. Andre Perisic tallied 46% of the votes. I always chat with Theo Brunner about our crush that we have over Andre Perisic because he is one of those world-class athletes who makes the difficult look easy and the easy look just mundane. He's always in the right spot, and not only does he get touches, he makes them perfect right into the midst of David Schweiner, and then he transitions out of those digs with the most efficiency of anyone in the world. Andre Perisic is a name that you are going to be hearing over and over and over again throughout this award show. Category number 2, going on the other side of the ball: Women's Offensive Player of the Year. Your nominees: Ana Patricia Silva of Brazil, Kelly Chang, the United States of America, Duda of Brazil, and the young Valentina Guittardi. And the winner is Ana Patricia Silva. She is an astonishing athlete. Has the biggest arm in the world, to me anyway, and she's able to just harness that power from anywhere. Runs these quick out sort of tempo sets to the pin and just Yahtzee sharp angle, and then follows it up with this deft touch with the poke or baby line, and then comes back with a slide bounce. The 1-foot Yahoo, that's what Simon Golding calls it. There's no answers for Ana Patricia, and I think speaking to the level of Brazil is that Ana Patricia led the votes. Number 2, Duda. And so it's a pick your poison with this Brazilian team, but the number 1 offensive player of the year, Ana Patricia Silva. As for the Men's Offensive Player of the Year, your nominees are David Amann of Sweden, Anders Mol, Norway, Andre Perisic, sound familiar? Czech Republic, and Robbie Musin of the Netherlands, one of the Bash brothers. And your winner is, by 1 vote, the closest race of any category, is Anders Mol, still reigning supreme. This is the 3rd time he has won the award. I'm curious what would have happened if the awards were continued in 2020, 2021, and 2022, because to me, Anders would have won all 5 straight years, and this would have been a 6. Alas, he has to settle for just 3 Offensive Players of the Years and 3 consecutive times that the award has been given out. He is still number 1 in the offensive category. On to the next category. Back to the other side of the ball we go. the women's best blocker. Your nominees: Anna Patricia Silva, Brandy Wilkerson of Canada, Taryn Cloth of the United States, and Kelly Chang, also of the United States. And your winner is, from North America, the 2023 AVP Blocker of the Year. Now the 2023 Beach Pro Tour Blocker of the Year is Brandy Wilkerson. She won this award 5 years ago in 2018 when her and Heather Bands were making a huge run up to the top of the rankings. Now she is back. The way that Brandy blocks, her and Anders are leading the all-alien team. They just do things you cannot teach. She's listed at 5'10", plays about 6'7", absolutely flies. Getting a high line over her is just about impossible. Dangling a short line around her is impossible because she's athletic enough to get that turn. Then you try to swing angle, boom, left hand, Yahtzee. Brandy Wilkerson, the most formidable blocker in the world in 2023. On to the men's best blocker. Guess who? Anders Mol from Norway. Andre Loyola, Simon Golding says he is one of the 7 wonders of the beach volleyball world is his block. Andy Benish, young American, and David Schweiner of the Czech Republic. And your winner is the least surprising category of this entire evening, perhaps, Anders Mol. Again, this award, when Anders Mol retires, this award will be given to him. It will be named after him. The best blocker in the world will be named the Anders Mol Award sometime down the line. For now, it's just going to have to settle for his 3rd blocker of the year. There is zero doubt that if the awards were continued from 2020, 2021, and 2022, he would have absolutely been named all 3 years of those. Would have been his 5th straight. Alas, just as he had to settle for the 3rd straight Offensive Player of the Year, it's the 3rd straight Blocker of the Year award for Anders the Alien Mol. Now to the first point of every rally. The women's best server. Your nominees: Duda Lisboa of Brazil, Valentina Gottardi of Italy, Taliqua Clancy, great accent, of Australia, and Anastasia Samoilova of Latvia. And your winner, for the first time in her very bright and soon-to-be illustrious career, Valentina Gottardi of Italy. One of my first memories of this entire season, I was calling her match in Tepic against Melissa Humana Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. It was a quarterfinal. They came out of the qualifier, and Valentina racked up 5 aces in the first set. When she cranks back that 6.5 Creedmoor 300 Win Mag rifle, and she cocks it back, you know you're in for something special. It is a dancing devil of a float serve and the most dangerous float serve in the world, which is why Valentina Gottardi is your 2023 Server of the Year. Men's best server. Your nominees, surprise, surprise, Evandro Goncalves of Brazil, Adrian Gavira of Spain, Anders Mol of Norway, and guess who? Andre Perisic of the Czech Republic. And your winner for the 6th time in his career, Evandro. There's not much more you need to say about Evandro. He has won this award every year it has been voted since 2015. That was before Anders and Christian were even a team on this tour. And Evandro, he just has that big booming jump serve, ace or error. It's aggressive, more aces than anyone in the world. Again, the most terrifying server in the world. Parabéns, Evandro. Now here's some of the fun stuff, some of my favorite awards that are voted on. Women's Most Improved. The nominees are Ain Raw-Polite of Lithuania, Sinja Tillman, Germany, Luisa Littman, also of Germany, and Valentina Gottardi of Italy. And a very familiar award winner tonight is Valentina Gottardi. When she came onto the scene in the Rome World Championships of 2022, it was worth wondering whether this 20-year-old was for real, or was she just a shooting star, blazing bright for a couple minutes before fading off into the background like a lot of young talents. This year, she answered any questions you might have. Took a 4th in the first Elite 16 of the season in Tepic, came out of the qualifier to do so, followed it up with a gold medal in the Sakurima Challenge, took a silver medal in the Edmonton Challenge, took another 4th in the Paris Elite 16. Valentina Gottardi, for real, legit elite. She is your most improved player of 2023. On to the men's most improved. Your nominees are Andy Benish of the United States of America, Miles Partain, also of the USA, young Sam Kotafava of Italy, and Zach Schubert of Australia, Shoebugs, as his hat says. And your winner is the young Jedi, Miles Partain. Miles, just like Valentina Gottardi, played a couple of events in 2022, took a gold medal in the Dubai Challenge, took a 5th in the Maldives, took a 9th in Dubai despite being hobbled by a sprained ankle. It was worth wondering, was this kid for real? Oh, he's for real, all right. They won 3 Elite 16 medals this season, took a bronze in Ostrava where they beat Sweden, where they beat the Czech Republic. Then they took a gold in Gstaad. Twice they beat Anders Mol and Christian Storm. Then they followed up again with a silver in Montreal where they took Anders and Christian to 3. Miles Partain, your most improved player of the year. Now, on to the rookies. You might see some familiar names coming up. The nominees for Women's Rookie of the Year: Dorina Klinger of Austria, also known as Dory. Lovely person. Julia Scholes of the United States of America. Louisa Littman, the indoor convert from Germany. And guess who? Valentina Gottardi. And your winner is, from Italy, the 21-year-old lady who's just monopolizing these awards, Valentina Gottardi. I already mentioned that she is for real. Showed so much poise for her first full-time year playing in the big league events. In 2022, it was mostly futures, had that world championship, got wild-carded into the Beach Pro Tour finals, but it was worth wondering, could she sustain it over the course of an entire season as a rookie? Sustained. No questions about the talent of Valentina Gottardi. Your Men's Rookie of the Year. Your nominees are Joaquin Bayo, the younger by 3 minutes twin of the Bayo brothers, with Javi of England. Miles Partain, USA. Theo Rotar, the big blocker from France, who is quickly establishing himself as a very elite presence at the net for the French. And Thomas Hodges of Australia. And your winner is, by the largest margin of any category tonight, Miles Partain received 69% of the votes. A sweeping win, no question. Just like Valentina, it was worth wondering, could he sustain the performance throughout the entire season? And Partain just got better and better and better. Their defensive system, no one could figure it out. Partain's on to, no one could figure it out. His jump sets, no one could figure it out. Miles Partain is here to stay. On to the more subjective categories. There's no way to measure this except for the subjective way of your peers and how you make them feel, how much they love and respect you, the Sportsmanship Awards. And so the nominees for the Women's Sportsmanship: Agatha of Brazil, Supermom; Laura Ludwig of Germany, also a Supermom; Melissa Humana Paredes of Canada; and Taryn Cloth of the United States. And your winner is the lady with the most contagious smile in the world, who plays with such ineffable bubbly joy, Melissa Humana Paredes. Watching Mel play, you just have to be happy. You can't help but smile. Maybe you're unhappy when you're playing against her because she's one of the best defenders on the planet and has this unbelievable step close, one of the best setters in the world, top 5 team in the world, and yet you just can't help but be happy. Her and Brandy play with so much joy, so much happiness, and that is reflected off the court as well, as Melissa Humana Paredes is your Sportswoman of the Year. The Men's Sportsmanship Awards, your nominees: Alexander Samoilovs of Latvia, Christian Sorum of Norway, Andrej Perisic of the Czech Republic, and the Italian legend Paolo Nicolai. And your winner is, surprise, surprise, Andrej Perisic. And I have a wonderful story about this. So as the votes were piling in last second, Perisic texts me and says, hey, you're going to need to take away 1 vote from me in every category because a non-player voted for me, and I don't want the awards to be affected. Only Andrej Perisic would do that. Now, he won every category that he won in a virtual landslide, so it didn't actually affect anything. But just the fact that he said that speaks volumes to his character. Also, this award was nominated by Perisic to be an award in the first place because he wants sportsmanship to be something that's highly prized as well. So Andrej Perisic, your Sportsman of the Year, and a very deserving one. On to the biggest awards of the evening, the ones that everyone wants to win. Your Most Valuable Player. The women's nominees, Most Valuable of 2023, are Sinja Tillman of Germany, Duda Lisboa of Brazil, Kelly Chang of the United States, and Kristen Nuss of the United States. And your winner, for the 3rd time of her unbelievably young and precocious career, Duda Lisboa. When you watch Duda play, she's just the complete package in every category. It's Jordan-esque. as Rich Lamborn likes to say. She might be the best server on any given tournament, best defender any given tournament, best offensive player any given tournament. She was nominated for all of those categories. And when you are the best in any category that you could possibly compete in, well, that makes you the best player in the world. And Duda Lisboa, for the third time in just 25 years of her life and just to the 7th year of her career, is the best player in the world. On to the men's most valuable player. Your nominees: Anders Mol of Norway, David Amand Oman of Sweden, Miles Partain of the United States, and Andrej Perisic of the Czech Republic. And guess who it is? Andrej Perisic, the winner of so many awards tonight. Very, very deserving of the highest honor in the sport of most valuable player. No one digs at the rate that Perisic does, and no one, to me, makes it look as easy as he does. He combines the brain and the body better than anyone in the world. He's in the right position at all times, and then he makes the play as well. The platform control combined with the positioning, combined with the offensive transitioning, makes him the best defender in the world. And the fact that he was nominated for best server, nominated for best offensive player, and also he's just a great sport. And so Andrej Perisic, in so many ways, is your 2023 most valuable player. Just 2 categories to go. Your nominees for the Women's Team of the Year: Anna Patricia and Duda, Kelly Chang and Sarah Hughes, Kristen Nuss and Taryn Cloth. Now, I opened it up and said there would be 4 nominees for every category. However, after a week of nominations, only 3 teams were nominated by their peers. It was just those 3. That is the gap that has been established between AP and Duda, Kelly and Sarah, and Kristen and Taryn. And your winner is the team with 9 medals on the year, the team who had one of the most decorated seasons in the history of beach volleyball, is Anna Patricia and Duda. Finished the year with a record of 58-7. That is an 87% winning percentage. Number 2 in winning percentage was Kristen and Taryn at 75%. So they were 12% better than the number 2 team ranked in the world. They finished the year ranked number 1 in the world, both in the entry rankings, in the world rankings, and in the Olympic rankings. And Anna Patricia and Duda are your 2023 Team of the Year. On to the Men's Team of the Year. Your nominees: David Amand and Jonathan Helvig of Sweden, Anders Mol and Christian Sorum of Norway, Andy Benish and Miles Partain of the United States, and Andrej Perisic and David Schweiner of the Czech Republic. And your winner is the world champs of the Czech Republic, Andrej Perisic and David Schweiner. Their big breakthrough, a lot of people look at that World Championships as that is the moment that the Czech Republic broke through. I look at their win in Uberlandia. It was the first time in 8 matches they beat Anders Mol and Christian Sorum, did so in 3, and that seemed to just unlock them. They got off the schneid, so to speak, ended up winning a gold medal in Paris, followed it up with a gold medal at the World Championships. And with those 3 golds, Andrej Perisic and David Schweiner are your Team of the Year. And the last category, one that is new, one that I wanted to bring out this year as a thank you to the wonderful promoters who are putting on all these spectacular events, the 2023 Event of the Year. The nominees are the Chiang Mai Challenge, the Royal Championships, the King and Queen of the Court in Rotterdam, the Ostrava Elite 16, and the World Championships in Tlaxcala, Mexico. And your Event of the Year, with an overwhelming majority of the votes, Tlaxcala, Mexico, and the World Championships. It was awesome. We competed in 3 different bull rings around Mexico. Epic arenas, epic fans, thousands of fans for every single match. The night matches were absolutely electric. It was unbelievable. The atmosphere, the spirit, just the whole event in general. It was what a world championship should feel like. The players felt like celebrities where they were signing autographs, taking pictures all the time. It was a spectacular event, a very deserving world championship for an epic and wonderful 2023 season. So that'll do it for the 2023 awards. I'm stoked that we are bringing these back. At some point, we're going to be able to do these in person like the ESPYs. For now, it's me, a camera, these notes, Frito, La Maquina back there, the World Championship boys. Thank you so much to the players for just allowing me to present these awards to you guys. Congrats to all the winners. Let's have an awesome and electric 2024 season. Shoots.